What's up guys, how are you doing? Today I'm going to be making a special video for you guys. So we are going to compare the assaults in a tier list fashion, and this is going to be a short video, so I'm not going to go too much in depth because you guys don't really watch the full videos of mine anyways, so we don't want to make it too lengthy. We just want to rate the assaults. Remember, this is my opinion, so don't take it too hard too much because you guys are playing on better ping than I am, most of you guys, and I am playing on almost 200 ping, so it's obviously will vary differently. You guys will have different opinions because you guys have higher pings than me. So this is me on over 180 ping. So let's start. So we're starting with Peru, and we're gonna put Peru in D, and the reason for that is Voron has a good gun. His gun does like 24 damage or something like that. It's actually pretty good. But there's nothing else going on with Voron. Really and truly, Voron is like a big disappointment because he has one of the best abilities, which is when he shoots you, it goes through your shields, which means your shields are almost useless. But being top fire, it makes no sense because the type of recoil that you are going to get is not going to be fun. So based on stats from the developers, Peru is actually way down, and that's not the reason I put him in D. It's mainly because for me he's kind of useless. That ability I like to have. First of all, when I play a character, you need to be able to have survivability, or you need to be able to have escapability, or a way to evade players. You also have to be able to sense your surroundings. So if you have a radar or something like that, that's actually a big help. You have to have range, which he has. He does has range. It's because the ability actually doesn't have range on it. When it's you shoot someone, whether it's 10 miles away, the bullet will always hit you for 24 damage. So that's actually pretty cool. But this ability is just kind of meh to me. We have Plute or Plute, and he's actually getting that D also. He's getting that D. So Plute is, his gun is not that good. His gun is okay. It's nothing to really go and say you're gonna choose him out of all the other characters. The recoil is like pretty medium to high. It's not one of the best recoil for his gun. His ability, the higher you go in levels, when you're playing against newbies, you tend to really win more because the game sucks at matchmaking. But when it's you playing at top level players, it gets kind of pro, and then people don't fall for your doppelganger. People don't really fall for that anymore. I don't really fall for that. It's kind of stupid. And then the animation for that doppelganger is actually lifeless, so there is no animation to it. So it doesn't really make sense to really say you're gonna use him for having a doppelganger. Putting it against a wall, like making it look like that person is speaking, is actually pretty genius to do. But other than that, especially in PvE, he's useless. That ability is actually useless in PvE. Bots don't really go after these things. So, and even though bots go after it, they don't like make it their primary target. So he's staying in D for me. Let's go to Volk, and Volk gets himself a little bit above. This thing about Volk is actually his recoil. It's like an illusion. The recoil is actually not that bad when he uses his ability, but it's still not as good as you thought it would be. You thought it would be like laser good, but when you really look at it, it's actually a pretty medium recoil, and there's actually a character that gets a lower recoil than that, but we'll get to that in the future. But he has nothing really going for him. His gun is not that good. The recoil is what makes his gun good, and his grenade launcher is actually pretty cool because doing 150 damage, oh my god, you can almost kill every single character in one shot. which is actually great. But it's nothing really to be excited about. Let's move on. Sterling. Now Sterling, reason why he's in C tier is because he struggles from high recoil. His gun has a pretty medium to high recoil. It's not the highest recoil, but it's actually pretty up there. And it seems like more I play Sterling a lot, I keep getting executed very quickly. So basically, people don't fall for that hey, I'm gonna get back up and shoot you in the back kind of trick. And that's at high levels. Maybe if you're playing at low level, people would be falling for it every time. But where I'm playing, people don't fall for it. They usually kill me pretty fast. Just like people actually do. What's his name again? Almas. They usually either kill him as soon as they dong him, or they wait for him to try to revive somebody just to get more kills. So that's usually what they do. But other than that, Sterling is not that good. His rocket launcher, which is the rocket launcher, is on the barrel launcher, which is same as Volk, is actually pretty good. Also can one shot. You can literally one shot the Almas, as long as that Almas doesn't have shields. You can also one shot other characters even without being in the exact radius of it, which is actually pretty good. But Sterling is C. He's a C tier kind of guy. Reen is also going to get that C also. So in my days, I have a lot of hours of every single characters. You guys know that I have over 250 caliber videos. So obviously I have spent a lot of hours playing these characters and learning them, and even have a little secret place where I go for my stats and stuff like that, where I don't really make public, so that I could always know the best characters to use. It shows me the damage fall off and all those kind of things. I may just put the link in the description for you. So Reen, his recoil is pretty medium. Usually when I just started playing Reen, for some reason, every time I start to shoot someone, as long as you aim for the like the chest, I would just get headshots. So they would just die quickly. And that was actually pretty cool, because having that medium recoil, but the recoil was medium enough to make me always get a headshot, that was pretty cool. His ability is actually sweet, because it comes in two forms. You can either confuse the enemy, which makes them cannot use the ability, which is good for Matador, or you can actually destroy gadgets that are on the ground gadgets and stuff like that, flying gadgets, whether it's the drones on the ground or the flying drones of Miguel, which is actually amazing. But the problem is with him is lack of indicator. So there's no indicator that you have disrupted anyone. There's no indicator that you have destroyed any ground targets. So if you believe that there is 3 mines behind of a wall and you snap your ability, at the end of it you don't really see or hear anything that says, well, yes, you destroyed 2 mines or anything. It doesn't really say anything. It doesn't say that you disrupted that character hiding there with his ability on or something like that. It doesn't really say. So that is why I put Reen or Ryan in the C tier. We have Voron. Now Voron is a little bit better. He's one of the better characters, I would say. Voron has one of the best recoils in the game. His recoil is amazing, actually. It's not the lowest, I would say, but it is pretty good. And when it comes to his ability to destroy your stamina is chef's kiss. It's chef's kiss, man. That's it. When you shoot and you activate this ability, you literally drain everybody's stamina, forcing them to just stand in one place like a sitting duck. And there's this bug. So if you're running already and all the stamina drains out, you basically just stop. and then you have to press shift again to run. So it kind of makes the person, it confuses them. It confuses them actually. So it's almost like he's doing like Crackdown, Crackdown from Voron, where he just like kind of like stutters you. It's basically like that, and it's pretty cool. His claymores are actually very clutch. I prefer claymores than the C4, because I tend to put them in the right locations. If you guys saw my past video Voron, you'd see that I had the claymores in clutch areas. Next thing is that he's immune to gas. So while you guys are throwing a bunch of gas using Cosmo and all these characters to throw gas, he's like, well, I guess I'll just sit in it for you. And you're thinking that they're gonna run and stuff like that, but he's there tanking all the gas here around the corner, and you come in running thinking that everybody has fled from the corner because, well, they're not immune to gas. But he's secretly immune to gas. The Raven is immune to gas. Let's move on. And we have what's his name? Corsair. Corsair is actually quick. Corsair is actually quick, and the C4 it comes clutch, especially when breaking those bricks kind of area where you can kind of like pass through and flank the enemy. His gun is actually pretty cool. I played with his gun the other day and I was like, wow, this gun is just as good as Voron's gun. It's just as good. The black mark is actually pretty good also, and the amazing thing about the black mark is that if you are next to a player that gets hit with the black mark while it's active, because it reveals the player, you can actually get revealed if you're like 5 meters or something like that from him. You get revealed also. This has been happening to me, and I was like, what's that? But then I realized that this is what has been happening. All these abilities and stuff don't really make sense in PvE, because it's just bots and stuff like that. It's nothing amazing. Most of these characters are not really amazing in PvE, but I mean, they are decent because they are characters that do damage and stuff like that, and it doesn't really come clutch. Maybe Sterling might be a better character in PvE. In those I covered already, because he can revive himself. So if he managed to get downed, he go around a corner and revive himself, which is pretty cool. Let's move to Afila. And Afila goes where? Where did Afila go? B. Now, don't get me wrong. Afila is actually a pretty cool character, and she can be OP at times, you know. But the thing is, she's the fastest character in the game. Afila is the fastest character again. You know, what's her name? From Rogue Company. There's a girl character that runs very fast too, also, and I play a lot. I can't remember her name for some reason, but Afila is the fastest character in the game. Her gun is pretty decent. If it's anything, her gun is almost close to what you would call a medium to low recoil, somewhere in between that, and the firebomb is actually very good, because you tend to block choke points and stop enemy from moving up on you, getting closer to you to have to try to kill you or anything like that, which is actually pretty cool. But her ability, which is what makes her and what breaks her, because being able to take 130+% damage, that's you taking the damage when you activate that ability, and then you yourself are giving that amount of damage, 100 and something % damage, is actually pretty cool. But if you miss your shots, you're dead. This actually can't work in PvE. That doesn't make sense. Don't try to play against bots. Bots have auto aim. Don't be doing that. But the ability is what breaks her. The fact that you can take more damage doesn't really work out that good. And the nice thing about her is that you can use a lot more stamina when you reach that upgrade, whereby you can basically keep shooting after you die for 2 seconds. So for 2 seconds after you die, you can literally kill people. So I usually just run up on people, activate the ability, you have to die. As long as you don't miss your shots, that character will die, which is actually pretty overpowered if you ask me. But she's not so amazing that you would put her higher than B, you know. But let's move on. Let's move on to who's next. Mustang. And although Mustang just came out, but I have been playing Mustang for quite some time in closed alpha kind of vibes, and actually probably have more than 30-40 hours already on Mustang, probably even more, probably almost 100 hours, I don't know, on Mustang, because I play for 10 hours a day. When I really feel like playing, I play for 10 hours a day. So Mustang, very new, he's gone, hits hard. I think it's 28 or 27 damage, which is hard. His damage fall off is pretty good. His damage fall off is pretty good, I tell you. From the stats, it's pretty good. The best. It's the best. And it hits hard. Headshots hit for like what, about 40 damage or something like that. I don't know the stats, so don't quote me, but it hits so hard, I'm telling you. It hits so hard. The darts are amazing. When you're on the move with the darts, you feel like you're supposed to be a mobile character, because while you're running, you could just on the barrel launch a bow. You break this wall flank and you're killing the enemy very quick. Now my ping is high, so because my ping is high, it takes a lot more damage to kill a player, because some doesn't register, and that's the messed up thing about playing on 200 ping. But when you're playing and you start to shoot a player, when the back is turned, for me, they just get destroyed. And the gameplays that you saw was actually my first gameplays, like playing against players self, or an inside kind of close alpha kind of vibes, and I just destroyed from just touching the character. So yeah, he's pretty cool. His radar is actually very nice. Being able to reveal all targets is actually pretty good. But the only thing is that you reveal the targets to yourself, which is kind of meh, seeing that people don't really communicate in caliber like that. And I'm English and everybody is Russian. And even though I know a little Russian, it's still kind of meh. But the most annoying thing about this ability is that you reveal yourself 5 seconds after, or 7 seconds after. Now, revealing yourself, even though you know where your player is, let's say you are the last player, but there are 3 players and you want to clutch it out. You reveal them, but then you reveal yourself. So then the 3 players come running at you because they now know where you are. You know, because sometimes you're scared and you're like, you want to know where everybody is so you could move up, but then they know where you are and they just come and kill you. So that's one of the most annoying parts about the ability that makes me not want to put him right at the top. But he has all the stuff that you would say would be the best character. Expect for that ability. Avant-Garde. You would say that Avant-Garde should not be up there. Or did you? Did you even say that? But you can't really say that, because Avant-Garde is actually should be up there. He's actually fast. Shotguns in this game are overpowered. I'm not sure if you guys realize that. Shotgun in this game are overpowered. The guy shoots you across the freaking dam. He shoots you across the dam and he kills you headshot. I mean, that's kind of messed up. Yeah, he literally shoots you from like 30 meters away and you take the full damage for some reason. I don't know how that works, but it actually is very OP. I play Avant-Garde and I get a lot of kills. If I post a video of Avant-Garde for you tomorrow or the next day, you'll see me getting like upwards from 10 kills. He's that OP. And same with Miguel. So characters with shotguns are up there. Mikola is very dangerous also. He's actually immune to those flashes and stuns also. So, which a lot of the characters uses. And even in case you're thinking about explosive, there's already a perk that takes 40% damage of your damage, basically your incoming damage. So you don't have to worry about explosives as much. Just use the perk for it. He's immune to basically stuns also. So I used the new character Tibet against him, and it was useless. Stunning the guy, it doesn't work. He kills me every single time. And I mean, that's not just for him. He's not the only character that's immune to flashes and stuff like that. The raid unit is actually immune to a lot of stuff. He reflects 20% of the damage that you hit him, which is dangerous. Actually, 20% is actually dangerous, because if you're like a hard-hitting character, like let's say Mustang, go up against you, you will destroy him easily, because he has high damage. You hit them 20% damage back, and plus you shotgunning. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. He dominates. Avogad dominates. Let's move. We have Cosmo. And where should Cosmo go? Cosmo is actually up here. And the reason for Cosmo being up there is he is one of the characters with one of the lowest recoils in the game. One of the lowest recoils. Upon that, if you can see you use the perk that lowers your recoil or lowers your spread, you would have the lowest recoil in the game. And that's not just me talking, that's stats talking, official stats talking. One of the lowest recoils in the game. Although it's not really hard hitting, but your shots them will hit. If you're aiming for the head, usually you will be hitting some headshots. You know, he's immune to gas because he's Cosmo, but you can also utilize that gas to push out enemies, snipers, and just make them uncomfortable, which is super good. He has a lot of it also. I think you have about 4 or 5 gases, and if you use the ability to get back the gas, you'll have an extra one again. But usually campers are afraid of Cosmo. Everybody is running when Cosmo comes, because no matter where you are and you try to put yourself up against a post, he's going to make you run. He's going to make you run out, and then he or his team will just shoot you down. What else? He has the ability to that confusion thing where you can't use your ability, which is actually it's not the best, but it's alright. Not being able to make a character use the ability using your ability. So yeah. And we have Assault. Who is that? Who is that? Pharaoh. Oh, that's Pharaoh. Pharaoh right here. S tier. And no, this might not be a surprise to you guys. This is one of the best champions I said champions. This is one of the best operators you could ever play. All Pharaohs are winning right now. The thing about Pharaoh is that he's gone. The damage fall off is actually very good. He's one of the best damage when it comes to his rifle. One of the best damage. His mines is what makes him overpowered. His mines. Let's not talk about the reveal yet. His mines. The ability to shoot a mine without undetected. You can literally send a mine across the map. And it's a sticky mine. You can stick it around corners, and obviously unsuspecting people, players walking around the corner, dead. It's a one shot. It's a one shot to almost every character. Probably not to Almas because of the tankiness, but every character would just die from that mine. It's easy to stick and it's hard to see. It's hard to see it. So this is what really tramples everyone. And he can get up to what, 3 or 4 of them? 4 of them probably. So you're really dominating on especially maps like Object 903. Just send it in the corner. Everybody usually goes in the corner, bang, everybody dies. His gun actually well, I told you guys about his gun, but it slaps. This gun really slaps. His flare, muleta, or whatever it's called, the ability to reveal people is actually amazing. Revealing people is always the best thing. And you don't have to get revealed back, you know? So he's not Mustang where he gets revealed back after he reveals someone. He revealed them, and imagine that. The more people he reveal, the more he gets tankier. So it means that if you are revealed by him, he gets a little bit of like a shield, damage protection. And it goes up, I think, I'm not too sure the numbers right now. I'm not sure if it's by 5% or whatnot. But he gets more tanky the more people that he revealed under his Muleta ability, or whatever you want to call it. So that flare is like overpowered. The flare is overpowered, and most people don't really know that because, well, some people have not unlocked him yet, so they have not seen his all his upgrades and stuff, or some people have not even checked his upgrade to even want to upgrade him more. And it's there. It's actually there. And that's it for you. These are all the assaults from S tier to D tier. And thanks for watching. I will have the links to the tier list, so you guys can probably play with it, edit it, because I have all the characters, and I'll be adding what's not there, like Tibet and the other ones from the Kazakhstans. I will be adding them, so no fear. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.